Hello everyone, welcome to Academy of Civil Services. And throughout these video programs, we would like to give you some important current affair topics which are relevant to our prelims examinations. And you know that the last 1.5 years of the current affairs are relevant for the preparations. And we would like to help you throughout these video sessions, which some topic were discussed frequently in the news, and those topics were in the major discussions and that are related to our syllabus like economy, polity, geography, and history, and including the science and technology, ecology, environment. So those topics will be discussed throughout this video session. And please stay tuned with us, and we'll help you to assist your preparation better. The topic we'll be dealing with today is the UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage. Now, the UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage, there could be a question specific about the initiative of the UNESCO's. Already we have given another one more question, the initiatives of the UNESCO's, like the World Heritage Sites, Intangible Cultural Heritage Sites, and others initiative also given in your test. We have to check what are the initiatives introduced by the UNESCO's. That means we have to study about UNESCO as an institution, because we can expect a question about UNESCO and its initiative. And another specific questions can come about the list of intangible cultural heritage. This was in the news in the context of the Durga puja, when the Indian festival, we have seen that in January, we have discussed about Indian festivals. The Durga puja was listed as the UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage. So now currently India has 14 number of intangible cultural heritage in UNESCO's list. That's why the UNESCO's, the ICH was in the news. In 2018, there was a convention was held, which is conducted by the UNESCO. The convention was for the safeguarding the cultural heritage of the world. And with that, they have come up with these initiatives to protect some of the living expressions, the traditionals, the ancestors, which is could be the oral traditions, could be the performing arts, it could be the social practices, rituals, festive events, the knowledge and practices, anything could be added to the list of UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage. And India is a signatory to this UNESCO's convention in 2018, that is to safeguard the intangible cultural heritage. So whenever any statement, if they say India is not a signatory to this convention, will be wrong. So we have to remember that the UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage and with the convention for safeguarding the intangible cultural heritage of the UNESCO, India is a signatory, or India is a part of this the convention of the UNESCO's. So, and we have a separate national list of intangible cultural heritage also as part of the Vision 2024 of the Ministry of Culture. Ministry of Culture especially dealing with these matters. And the previous year, there was a news with regard to the World Heritage Sites, the Dholavira of Gujarat, one of the sites of Indus Valley civilization, which was added as the 4th World Heritage Sites in the UNESCO's list. And that time, it was in the news. Based on that, UPSC have asked a question in 2021 prelims. You can see that this was the question that UPSC have asked with regard to Dholavira, which was in the news in the context of UNESCO's World Heritage Sites. So then, Dholavira was one of the site of Indus Valley civilization, and one of the feature, and an exclusive feature of the Dholavira, or the unique feature of the Dholavira, was it has the elaborate system of water harvesting and management. That means a reservoir system was one of the unique feature of the Dholavira IVC sites. So when the Dholavira was in the news, every aspirant has to go through the features or the important unique features of the Dholavira sites. If they have studied about this, it will be very easy for them. So it was a very easy question for those students who have covered this current affair of Dholavira, listed as the World Heritage Site of the UNESCO. So which one of the following ancient town, well known for its elaborate system of water harvesting and management by building a series of dam and channelizing the water into connected to the reservoir, which is the right answer was the Dholavira. So the context was the Dholavira was listed as the World Heritage Site, and that was the news. Accordingly, we can also expect a question about Durga Puja, where this Durga Puja is celebrated. Now it is celebrated across the country. Mainly it was originated in Kolkata, and it's inscribed now under the UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage. This is the first festival in the Asia to achieve the recognition by the UNESCO's ICH of the humanity. And now currently India has the 14 list of intangible cultural heritage. I will show you the list of intangible cultural heritage. These are the Indians cultural heritage listed under the UNESCO's list. You can see that the Vedic chanting, the Lamrila, Kudiyatam, Raman, Mudiyete, Kalbelia folk dances, Chahu dance, Buddhist chanting of the Ladaks, then Sankirtana, traditional brass and the copper craft, yoga, Nowruz, then Kumbhamela, and finally the Durga puja. These 14 we have to study. There could be a question, match the pace like the we have given in your previous test. We can see the questions here. This was the question we have asked in your previous test. Which of the following art forms given below are parts of the UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage? So anyway, if you have solved this question anyway, you can practice again. So the following art forms of India being part of this UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage, a list of art forms has been given here in this question. So this kind of question we can expect in our prelims. That's why we need to look into this India's like cultural the heritage which is listed in the UNESCO's list, the art forms. The major things here we need to should understand that Kathakali was a classical dance which is mainly in Kerala, the state of Kerala. The Kathakali dance, which is one of the India's classical dance, which is not listed under the UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage. If we know that fact, we can eliminate the Kathakali. So that means that option 3, the statement 3 is wrong. You can eliminate option B, option C, and option D. Because all these options says the Kathakali is part of that. Actually, the Kathakali, the classical dance, is not part of the UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage list. Because of that, with understanding that fact, we have good answer option A. Or either you can also eliminate if the Warli painting is not in this list. The fifth one, the Warli painting is not in the list. You can also eliminate option 5. It is option C and option D. Then you can later you can say that the Kathakali, which is also not in the list, option A could be the right. Or Kalbelia, which is also listed, like the Chahu dance and Kalbelia are listed under in the same list. So 1 and 2 should be in there. So like that, you can also use different methods like elimination methods in this solving this kind of questions. This was a question we have asked in your previous test. So that's why all these 14 list of the intangible cultural heritage is important. Please revise those chapters. And we can also expect a specific question about Durga Puja like the Dolavira. They have asked the specific question about Dolavira. That's why we need to refer to Durga Puja, which is the first Asian festival which is recognized as a UNESCO's ICH on humanity. This is a 5-day festival which will begin in the fifth night of the 9-day Navaratri festival. So when the statement can come. So this is the 10-day festival or 1-day festival, or they may give a wrong statement, may be given a different name or any associated festival. So we have to remind that it is the 5th night of the 9-day Navaratri festival, which will end on the 10th day, which is the Dashami. And during this time, people collectively worship and invoke the goddess Durga, who is regarded as the feminine energy of the cosmos, also known as the Shakti. The folk musics, then craft, performing arts, other parts of the traditional art are also part of the celebration. And festival is now celebrated in many parts of the India. These specific features of this festival can also be referred, because sometimes we can also expect a specific question about the festival which is now added to the UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage list. So this is the kind of question we can expect in the prelims, and we also should study the institution of the UNESCO's international institution. And one more area we can expect a question. UNESCO is a specialized agency of the UN, mainly intended to build a peace through international cooperation, education, science, and culture. That's what the meaning of the word. And now the institutions has 193 members. India is also part of the UNESCO. India is a member of UNESCO. India is a founder member of the UNESCO in 1946. But 2 countries were left from the UNESCO. They are in 2019, the USA and the Israel, they were both of them formally quit the UNESCO's membership. So that also we should understand which among the following are the members of the UNESCO. We should remember that the US and the Israel were quit their membership with the UNESCO's, and the headquarters of the UNESCO is located in the Paris, France. And the list we have already studied about IOC and other initiative the UNESCO. You also have to study that. And in 2020, it was in the news, like it has recognized two communities of the Odisha, the Vengatraipur and Nulia Shahi as the Tsunami Ready community. These were the two communities recognized by the UNESCO's in 2020, the Tsunami Ready communities. So these were the associated, the important fact that we need to study with regard to UNESCO's. So India is a member, the headquarters is Paris, France, and the USA, Israel is not the member of the UNESCO now. They left from this organization in 2019. So with that understanding, we can eliminate the option, then we can easily reach the correct answer.